All right, you guys ready? We're going through this right-hander, through the rollers, left-hander to the table. So this one, we're gonna work a little bit of racing each other. Woo! So let's do it a few times until everybody else gets out here because we're still waiting on a couple, so. Right, and on this, there's options, right? It might change as you can see what's happening kind of on that top edge as it's getting a little cupped out. So being in the right gear, like Oliver, you like tried to like quad off of it, but you need another gear if you're gonna do that, where you drive off of it. Where some of you are a little timid to try to really drive off of it, getting a little hesitant. Where this is something that if you're wanting to get a little extra pop, you really got to plant that, you know, lower body, be in the right gear so it drives into it, and then also knowing when to lift to get that drive so you don't drive through it, or you want to drive through it, or like Cody, you were jumping over it. So there's many options. The best thing I think is just being able, confident in whatever you do and not having that little bit of hesitation coming up to it. Cannon, go do it real quick. So Cannon was kind of using it to almost get over two of them, just driving through it. So he just got over that one extra one. But you saw when he came up to it, there's no hesitation, right? Just drive through it. I don't know if he really needed that old foot kick, but yeah. Well, we always work that. What gear are you in right now? Third? What gear do we normally work this in? And sometimes? Okay, but what else gear sometimes do you do in this? Yeah, so we're it's that much of a difference. What kind of sprocket you got on that thing? We're going 2 gears difference from 5th to 3rd. Sure you don't want to try it in 1st, big dog? So I want everybody 4th, at least through this section. 4th and 5th. So we're gonna go that higher gear just to get that feeling of through it. I want it to be calm. I want it to feel almost slow, so that you just have more drive and momentum, right? Not necessarily drive, but momentum is what we're looking for. The calmer is better in this section where you guys want that on and off, and the bike is too animated, and that's what gets you in trouble here. You're too animated with your body movements. You're pulling too much, and then that's forcing your knees to go forward. Get a little bit slower, get your knees back, just try to tap that wheel on the top of everyone. Right now you're trying to lift it too much, so then it's very reactive. We need it a little bit calmer, okay? You don't want a lot of movement or animation with your upper body. That's where you're still coming up too much, so then that movement, and that's where you work. Again, the front wheel comes up and your upper body's way away from the bike. You just want to let that back end fall, staying very low. Oliver and Logan, go do it. But watch how both of them are very low to the bike and they just let that bike drop away from them. What?
Something by his grab is like about to fall off.
But who was better? You could see even there where he's a little revvy. Like Oliver coming in was all over the place, right? Where he could have even caught his gear. If he likes 5th here, he should just go 5th the whole time. See where his bike starts going all over the place. What's he doing with the power?
No, his power valve is off.
Power valve?
I swear to God, I swear to God, it's not.
Yeah,
you saw that?
By the wire.
That's what I was saying the first time.
What? Who needs a power valve?
Dude, look at your bike.
Dude.
I know, it's in the bolt.
He said, I know. It's missing the bolt, bro.
What the? Don't play with me like that.
It's nothing. I gotta go to Old Harbor Freight and get me a bolt for it.
Yeah, that might help. I don't think your stuff's supposed to be dangling off like that. So what did you guys notice about Logan? What gear are you, 4th now?
Yeah, a lot better.
It's a lot better. Weird, right? Every time we work this, we circle back to the same thing. That next gear is always better. There's less change. The bike's not as aggressive. It's not as reactive. Even right there, if you have a little bit of change, it's not going to change that motorcycle as much. You're not going to have as much engine brake. But the good thing that you do is you're just very calm. You let that bike fall. It's not like, wow, jumping at you, but you look like you could do that all day long, right? Where a lot of you, there's too much animation. It's like, there's no way you're doing that for 30 minutes, right? Where you watch him and just, okay. What, are you 4th now? Everybody 4th? 125s need to go to 5th, okay? So don't wait. You like 5th here? Oliver, why don't you go to 5th back there? Where?
I'm like 5th probably. I probably shift 5th right at the time it needs.
Probably, or you do?
I do.
You need to shift it earlier, because that's where you, when you're shifting, and you're off the power, right? You want that bike to work, create something to the rear wheel. It doesn't have to be wide open, right? Is Logan wide open, or is he just keeping something to that rear wheel the entire time, right? Speed in this section is just a mentality. You've got to want to keep that rear wheel grounded and moving forward and not animated with your upper body. Just let that bike fall, let it fall, let it fall. No matter what you feel, don't back out of it. Stay committed. Remember, that bike's going to follow those eyes. All right, let's go. Right? Just let it fall on its own. You've got the power, you've got the lean, it's going to naturally do that on its own, right? So you don't need to add to it. Right? Yes, you're tight to the bike, but what I was telling him earlier is when you try, like even Jackson, you'll do that. You try to push down, but then when it gets in that pocket, what's it want to do? Yeah, it wants to unload, right? So you have to find that balance of enough drive, and that's where that gear is going to keep it calm and keep it moving. But then you also have to think about what's going on right here. When you come in and, like I was telling Oliver, you've got to force yourself to stay under power. Look at all these bumps. It's gnarly, it's rough, right? When you back out of it, you're basically telling yourself you're scared or you're intimidated, right? That's all you're telling yourself when you come in there and you back out. And then your bike's all over the place, so you feel it. So you're less likely to want more speed, right? But if you just keep something to that rear wheel, it's going to keep that bike moving forward. Why, you want to go with Jax?
I thought you said me.
You want to give him the smokety smoke?
Yeah, I want to go with Driscoll.
You know, Jax, you want some of this, boy? That's what he's saying. You know, who? Logan's like, I want you. He's gonna shoot you, and then he might just baby rock you. All right, so we're gonna start there at the end. I'll just drop my hand, and 2 at a time, just switch each side, and then we'll go from there. So use your competitor to see where you can gain. You know, you have that inside, don't give it to them, make them earn it.
Quick recovery.